Hey guys, my name is Olisa. Thank you so much for dropping by. Be sure to subscribe for more great content. Today's video is one I am extra excited about because I have been dreaming about buying this thing that we're talking about for the longest time. Obviously from the title, you know we're going to be talking about a washing machine that I bought. I got this washing machine for 13,000 shillings. I've seen in a couple of groups like people constantly, like repeatedly asking if these like 20,000, 17,000 shillings like washing machines are any good, basically. And when I saw this on offer on Jumia, they had like a sale a couple of weeks ago, I guess. And this particular one was about more than half off because it's supposed to retail for about 30,000 if I remember correctly, and it was selling for about 13. So I was so excited. I literally had to jump on the bandwagon because I've really needed one like for the longest time. I really don't like other people like in my space dealing with my clothes, and since I moved, I wanted to literally wash everything that I own. So even this video is only like an intro to like introduce you to the washing machine and like give you a couple of random thoughts that I'm having so far as I'm using it, because I have been playing around with it for a few weeks and I have some thoughts on the pros and cons of having an affordable washing machine. But overall, I 100% recommend buying the cheaper ones versus like spending 70, 80, 159,000 shillings on a washing machine, which is actually what I had wanted because I really wanted a dryer as well. But we'll get into all of that in the video. So if you want to see all of that and more, then just keep watching. So, washing machines. The one I got is a Binatone washing machine. I could not get one review on this particular brand, so I was literally just taking like a leap of faith. But I did pay 13,000 for it, and it's supposed to have like a 1-year warranty, etc., etc. So I was like, you know what? Even if it doesn't like work as amazingly as like a Samsung or LG or whatever other brand there is, it's still my washing machine and like I'll make do, you know? And then I got it and everything is absolutely amazing. The water inlet is perfect. The drainage system is perfect. I mean, some water gets stuck in the pipes a little, but then it's fine. Like I can make do with it, you know? The depth of it is absolutely perfect. Did I want a 10 kg washing machine? Yes. But 10 kg, I would have to pay 22,000, whereas a 9 kg was going for 13,000. So I thought that whole difference for like 1 kg is just not worth it. So my biggest gigantest blankets can't fit in it, but like my regular, the soft one that I showed you that I got from Kamkunji, that can definitely 100% fit in it. I have washed blankets in it before and it actually does get your clothes clean. So the thing that I've seen asked most about them is if they actually get your clothes clean. Yes, they do, but there is an extra system you need to follow if you have a particular stain that you need to focus on. So you don't have to like hand wash before you put them in the machine. And also it works really well for just like generally removing the dust from things, but like collars and whatever, it won't really scrub that. But on the flip side, I have a bunch of really old handbags that I really wanted to get clean, so I threw them in there and the friction is enough to like rip them apart. So I would not advise putting your handbags inside there because it kind of messed a majority of them up. And then there was so much like lint is what it calls it, but it's basically the scrapings of the handbag. So I really did have to do like a deep clean after I did that mess, and I'm never doing that again. So if you have like peeling leather things, it's not the best to put in a washing machine. What I have in mind is an agitator versus a pulsator. So the pulsator is like the stick that's in the middle of the tub that like literally rubs itself around the clothes to make them cleaner. So it does make them cleaner, but it also gives a bigger risk of destroying the clothes. I hope that makes sense, because it can like catch on them and like rip them and whatever. Whereas with the agitator, which is what I have, it just agitates the clothes and it does actually spin them so well that they do end up tied into each other. So they clean themselves by rubbing themselves on each other, which is the same thing that you're doing like when you're doing the hand wash. So I do think it actually does make your clothes clean. So yeah, do I recommend a cheaper washing machine? 100% I do, because I have saved so much coin and I'm basically getting exactly what I wanted, because I really wanted like a washer and dryer combo. But the way this one works is that it's a twin tub. So there's the bigger one for the washing and then there's a slightly smaller one for the spinning. And what the spinning means is that it wrings the clothes out without like, first of all, leaving those ring marks, and also it wrings it out more than you can do with your hand. So when you touch them, they actually feel dry, but they do still have a bit of coldness in them, so they do need to be put out and like have a bit of wind, like sun, whatever, passing through it, and then they'll be perfect. But it does wring them out, like it dries them more than your hands could. And in most cases, like every time I've used it, the clothes at the very bottom come out completely dry, and then the higher you go in the stack, the less dry they are. if that makes sense. I'm hoping all of this makes sense. I'm literally rambling and hoping I can like edit together something that's slightly logical. But yeah, basically I love this one because it has all the settings I need. So it has a wash setting, it has a spin setting, and it has the strength setting basically. So if I wanted to do a gentle wash, which I really should have done with my handbag, so if you have any clothes that are like flaking or like you're worried about, definitely put them on a gentle wash and then just let it run like a bit longer, you know. Then it has a drain option, and you have to make sure your drainage is like set up the way you want it, because you will accidentally press that and it will flood your entire area. Like I like to leave my pipes permanently connected so that I don't ever have to worry about like if I accidentally, like when you put the spin option, it automatically drains. So if you're not really prepared for that, I have personally flooded the place a couple of times, so I'm speaking from experience. But do I recommend the Binatone washing machine? Yes, I do. Am I salty with Jumia? Yes, I am. I literally have to throw this in because I'm too mad to not talk about it still, you know. I paid for home delivery because I really wanted to get one for my grandparents as well, and just God like made it happen basically. So I ordered one for them. I paid for home delivery. Jumia delivers it to Voi instead of Wundani, which is like 3 towns away, and then like tells them to come and collect it. And I paid extra for home delivery, so it doesn't make any sense. Like I highly recommend the Binatone brand. Do I recommend Jumia services outside of Nairobi? Probably not worth it. Probably not worth the hassle, because it's not the only thing. Like during that whole sale, they ordered a TV. It didn't get delivered to their house. Again, they were told to come and pick it from Voi, which is absolute garbage, because they call you in the morning and you're saying, like, I paid for home delivery, but they're like, oh, no, I don't know about that. I just know that it's here. So it's like, really, Jumia? Really? That's a fail. That is a major fail. But if you're out of town and you find somewhere else to buy the Binatone brand, I definitely am enjoying my time with it. I have washed so many different loads and it does get them clean, and it is super easy to use. Once you have all the pipes connected, you just turn on the water and it does all the work itself. So what someone asked me is the difference between an automatic and a semi-automatic machine. An automatic machine is all in one tub, so you don't have to transfer the clothes manually for you to put it from the wash tub, which in this case is 9 kgs. So it holds 9 kgs worth of clothes, into the spin tub, which holds 6 kgs worth of clothes. I think for the automatic, it should all be in one. So once you set it, it like washes and then it drains itself and it gets itself more water and then like rinses, drains itself and then dries or something. If you get the washer dry, obviously. The 9 kg is actually enough to hold quite a few clothes. So if you do like laundry every 2 weeks for a reasonable person, that's more than enough space for you to like wash them and spin them and then put them out for like a couple of hours and they'll be completely dry. Is it something you can count on to dry your clothes? Not necessarily, because the spinning is literally just the wringing of clothes. So if you wring it and then maybe you like iron them and like continuously like get them to dry, then definitely it would work. So if I wanted to wear something today and I wanted to wash it right now and spin it right now and iron it dry, I could probably get it to be like completely ready within like the hour. So that's really amazing, considering I haven't paid the price for a dryer to like heat the clothes and dry them and whatever. But apparently with the dryer, it uses so much heat that it tends to fade the clothes out. So it's actually better to just get a spinner and then put them out in the elements and let the sun dilute them, you know? So yes, for 13,000 shillings, I 100% recommend this washing machine. I think it's amazing. I think it's the best purchase I've ever made. Okay, so instead of rambling on, I'm just going to jump into the voiceover part of this video to actually show you a practical demonstration of the dryer, and hopefully you find it helpful. Okay, so instead of doing a voiceover, I decided I might as well just do this vlog style and like do a load of laundry with you. So this is the washing machine. Ignore my nails if they are chipped. This is the washer side. So this is actually a double. So it's a washer and spinner. So the spinning is like the one that wrings it out completely so that they're not wet to the touch, you know? And then the washer obviously washes. These are the controls that it comes with. So it has a wash timer, goes up to a maximum of 15, but you can keep restarting this as many times as you want. This is the program selector. So when I want to drain the water out of either the spinner or the washer, it does that. This is a gentle cycle, which I have never used because I want my clothes thoroughly washed. And this is the spin timer. So it does have its own dedicated thingies, whatever this is called. And I didn't realize that this means that I can actually have them running simultaneously. So I can actually do washing and spinning at the same time, which is very exciting. I literally realized this like 3 days ago. So that's what we're going to be doing today. This is the water inlet. So this pipe is connected all the way to like the the tap in my bathroom connected through this black one that you can see here. Just ignore the mess that you're seeing because water always pours, so I always have to have like a rag there to like suck it up. And then this pipe that you're seeing here is connected to my drainer. So the draining situation is all the way at the bottom of the washer, and that pipe cannot come out, but it's not long enough, so I also had to buy an extension. I have already been washing clothes in it, and you can see there's a bit of water there because I wanted to show you that it actually does drain really quickly. So as part of this process, we're going to select the draining program. The drain primarily affects the washing machine because as the spinner is going, it automatically drains. Also, I don't know if you can actually hear me with the drainer going, but just bear with me because we are doing laundry with a washing machine. This is the spinning side. As you can see, I do have a full load of clothes here waiting to spin, just because I have just finished doing a full, like a completely full load of laundry, and I've realized that it takes 2 rounds in the spinner to completely clear out a full load of laundry. So actually I think I'll do like half a load of laundry just so you can see that it actually can fit in the spinner. This is a 9 kg washer, this is a 6 kg spinner, and also these are clothes that are already spun. So I don't know if you can tell, but they don't have any water dripping out of them, and I've literally just removed them from the washing machine. So it's pretty cool. So let this drain and then I'll fill it with water and we'll go from there. Okay, so it turns out that the angle I had it propped up on, like on my sink pipe thing, was preventing it from draining. So it actually wasn't moving before, and now I've just had the washer run a little to like loosen things up a bit. So now that I'm sure there's no lint that's blocking it, I'm gonna turn on the drain and you'll actually see it in action. So that's the correct sound that it should make as it's draining. And that's the sound it makes when the water is done draining, so you can know to turn off the drain. This is what the semi-automatic means when they say semi-automatic washing machine. It's just that you have to pay attention and like turn the controls as required, basically. What I love the most about this machine is that you actually have control. The semi-automatic means that the controls don't lock you out and then just do what they do, you know, because the other day I was helping a friend out with her 70,000 shilling washer and dryer machine, a Rampton's one, and it set itself to like dry cutting shears for 3 freaking hours, which was ridiculous. So when we realized that it was 3 hours and not 3 minutes, we tried to like stop it and interrupt it and like take out the things and reset the timer, and it completely refused. Like the door was completely stuck. It actually locks itself, so it doesn't allow you to change your settings after the fact. Whereas with this semi-automatic one that I got for 13,000 shillings, you can see the spinner has actually started going, but the second I open the compartment, it stops itself. So that doesn't work the same with the washer. I can open and add things as I need to, but with the spinner it's amazing because I guess it does have more violent movement, so it actually does need that control in case like a child opens it, they won't put their hand inside and get caught up in the spinning. You see? Pretty awesome. And also I should mention that this, I've actually manually filled it before, and it's about 3 buckets of this size. So just so you know how much water you will be using. Yeah. I'm going to take my soap. I did get the Persil hand wash just in case I wanted to do some spot cleaning and I wanted to put soap in a very specific spot on a garment. But I do use a Persil powder washing machine safe one for the general cleaning. So I'm just going to put a little bit of soap, not too much, because I think it's more concentrated, so you don't actually need a lot to get a good clean, you know, so it doesn't lather up, which apparently lather is pretty bad for washing machines from what I've read. Now I'm going to turn on the washer to mix in the soap. And as you can see, it spins and changes direction, so it alternates between the two to really like rub the clothes against each other and get like a really good soaping. And when I look at the water like this, I'm tempted to add more soap, but apparently the way normal soap works with washing machines, it corrodes them, so it's not the best. That's why there's a specific washing machine soap, because it gets the job clean without having to lather up so much. So yeah, I'm just gonna start dropping clothes in. And technically you are supposed to like separate them based on the light clothes and like the heavier clothes, but I can't be bothered. I just want all of my clothes clean, you know. So this is actually a very, very light load for my liking, but just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to show you. Then I think I'll do a very heavy load so you can see how full it can actually get. But you can see it actually does spin them and like tumble them and really move them around to mix them in, and I get all the soap up in there and then like get all the dirt out. And you can see the color of the water is already turning. And you see again the machine isn't too loud, so I'm actually going to close it just so you can see. Without the splashing water, it's actually a lot less loud and it's comfortable. Like I can be watching TV and it doesn't like interrupt that, you know. I've just moved this to 15 minutes and I'm just gonna let it go. Meanwhile, my spun clothes are mostly dry, so you can take these out and hang them up with the rest of them, and then put in the half that I had removed, and we shall proceed. And you'll find that the ones at the bottom are the most dry. So like this one literally just came out of the washing machine, and you can see it's not damp, it's not wet at all, which is pretty awesome because it's a sweater. So that's a little bit crazy considering even after it went in here, I did keep adding water to rinse it. So pretty happy about that. These are literally just cold clothes that need to have a bit of sun to trauma them a bit, and a couple of places that still have a bit of water, but really they are mostly dry and it's pretty amazing. So this round is done. These ones are fully washed. So if you look at this water, it looks very, very dirty, but I'll give you a small demonstration on how I make sure the clothes are actually clean and like properly rinsed before I dry them. And you can see this is an actual like formal coat, and it's quite large because I do like oversized clothes, and it still fits in here really well. Not much is left here. I'm just going to add the sweatshirt without overfilling it. Try to balance it out. As you can see, I actually do have to make sure the clothes are well spread out, and then you press them down. And then you continue to press with this lint catching thing. And the lint all drains away with the dirty water, by the way, so that's okay. So now that we have it down to like a reasonable level, okay, that should be fine. Fingers crossed. Not too much vibrating. Then I go to the bathroom, turn on the water, and we see what happens. Oh, I haven't moved it from the wash inlet, so you do have to actually pay attention as you're doing this, or it'll be pointless because now it's going into the dirty water. Now I need to move it back to spin. Now it's going here. We can open it to see how the water is going in, but for the actual spinning motion, it can't be spinning while open. So it vibrates just a little. Ignore this pillow, it actually did get wet, so I will be washing it as well. But it vibrates a little and then it starts the proper spinning process. Now the jacket is the only thing left in the wash pile, so I'm going to put it in a basin and then put in as many clothes as can reasonably fit in this washer place, and then you'll see how much load it can actually take. So the big question is, how do I know that my clothes are actually clean? Because they go directly from the dirty water into the spinner. You see, this water that's draining right now is coming from both the dirty water and the spinner, so that's why it's a bit colored. So let me turn off the wash drain so you can see the color of water coming from the spinner. So this water right here is exclusively coming from the spinner. Just ignore how bad that whole area looks, but I'm focusing on the color of the water, and you can see that as the minutes are passing, it's getting clearer and clearer. This tells me that as the water is passing through the clothes, it's not finding any more dirty water inside it. So now I know it's been rinsed enough, so I can come and turn off the water and let the spinner continue to just wring wring it and like dry it, whereas I can now come back and turn on the drain so this water can go away and I can put in the new clothes. And the timer has moved from 5 to 2, so I'm just going to reset it to 5 so it can have enough time to spin and really dry the clothes up, whereas the drainer is simultaneously going. So you see now it actually drains pretty damn quickly, which is a very convenient, because now I can turn on the water, rinse it out a little bit, and then add some more for the clothes. And again, I did move the inlet from the spin to the wash, so there's a bit of running around, but it is 100% worth it. So this is what it looks like now. But when I splash water around a little, it actually does clean the sides off, and then the dirty water drains away. And I have a freshly cleaned washing machine for my next load. So you see the machine isn't contaminated with the previous load's dirt. So now I'm going to turn off the drain and let it just fill itself with water. And like I mentioned, I don't usually wait for it to fill before I start putting in my clothes, so I'm just going to do that. So I'm not going to put the bigger sweaters yet because they take up a lot of space. So I'm going to try to fill it with as many little things as I can, and then we'll see how much it can hold. Okay, so all that's left here are sweaters. We'll get back to those. But you can see this is a pretty reasonable amount of clothes that it's holding. And I do have slightly heavier things, but not too heavy in this load. So we're going to wash them, spin them, hang them, and we will be good. So this is how I do it when I don't mix in the powder with the water directly. I just put it right on top of the clothes and then let the water fill completely, and as it's spinning it'll mix itself in and everything will be perfect. So the spinning is done again. And here are the clothes. You see, there's also some water spilling from the very top, and yet the clothes still remain relatively dry. So do you see, like, this one was quite wet when we put it in. It's not completely dry, it's a little damp, but I can't squeeze any water out of it, which is amazing, which is the reason I decided against getting a dryer, because with a spinner you basically have a dryer anyway. See? Clothes that are pretty much dry. Pretty awesome. Even like jackets also get dry in here, sweaters get dry in here. Even like this, I can't squeeze any water out of it, so it's pretty cool. I mean, how cool is that? So I'm just going to put in the jacket that was left over. I'm not going to spin it because you don't want to put too little or too much in the spinner. So I'm going to put it in, wait for this to fill and wash them, and then we shall spin the next round. Okay, so I'm going to end this video here because I feel like you've already gotten an understanding on how we do laundry. I currently have the first half of this load spinning, so I'm just going to stop everything so we can chat. Just demonstrated to you how I make sure that the clothes that are being spun are clean, because you've seen the brown water that's come out of here. Very dirty, but I do leave water running in the spinner until it turns out clear in the drain. That's when I turn off the tap and let it continue spinning here so it can dry them. I'm going to end this video here so it's not too long. Thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe down below. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you think this machine is worth it. If the manual aspect of it is a bit too much for you, let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.